Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday night to all of you. Thank you for joining me. This is Steven with Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now, tonight we're going to have a great time. We're going to have an awesome live stream, and not only because you guys are here, which you guys rock, but I also brought along a couple of friends with me. And one of them I'm going to introduce now. I'm going to introduce another one a little bit later on in the live stream. But for starters, I wanted to introduce someone who is new to the channel, who has not been on the channel before, but they're not new to me. Literally, my best friend since I was 16 years old, I believe, way back. You may know him as my fellow movie bro on the Movie Bros React, my second channel. Which, if you guys have not checked it out, you go definitely want to check out the Movie Bros React. You can see a link to it at the bottom of my front page of my channel here on YouTube. But if you haven't met him, then here I want to bring along. And this is Michael, my movie bro, and also has his own channel, the Carbonite Jedi. Michael, welcome to the stream, buddy.
Hey, well, am I
Hello.
here?
I hear you. I hear you. How you doing, man?
It says I'm loading. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the live stream tonight.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It
it's good. It's good to have you, man. Glad you
would
could join.
wouldn't be a good live stream unless there's technical difficulties, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's the beauty of it. But we're not going to let any technical difficulties hold us back. Heck no, man. We're going to forge ahead. And tonight, our topic this evening for this stream, I decided to go with kind of talk about the resurgence of the slasher genre, which is my absolute most favorite genre. You guys here on the channel, you know that already. It's my favorite subgenre of horror. And if there's a slasher out, even if it's a bad slasher, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to find it, you know. And thanks to you, you guys have helped me find some good ones along the way the last few months. And speaking of you guys, let's see who we have here tonight. We got some folks in the chat jumping in. Bobby, hey, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Appreciate it. Verified's Talk Show, welcome. Great to have you here. Why not Ben? Hey, why not Ben? That's the question, man. Absolutely. Good to see you, man. Glad you can make it. This is hilarious. So Ben says I got two phones. I got Fate on the other, and Craven going here. That's awesome, man. Now that's dedication. When you got two-handed streams, man, you're rocking it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Liv, what's up, Liv? Glad you can make it tonight. Always a pleasure. Hey, what's up, Necessary? I am doing great. I hope you're doing well as good as I hope you're doing well as well. Thanks for being here. What's up, Michael? Hey, there's Carrie. What's up, Carrie? Glad you can make it as always. And Becky's in the house too. Great to see you, Becky. Oh, yeah, get loading up here tonight. I love it. Denisha, always a pleasure, Denisha. Glad to see you. And Pluto got to make it in tonight. Awesome. You guys are fantastic. Well, I hope you guys are all in for a fun night. We're not in a hurry tonight, right, Michael?
Nope.
We're not in a rush. We're gonna just hang out, and as long as you guys want to hang in with us, we're gonna be here to talk. And also want to always mention that as we get going in our conversations, a lot of times the chat kind of gets backed up a little bit because I am the moderator. I go through it as fast as I can, but you guys know I sometimes don't get to every single comment, although I do try. So I always want to say ahead of time, if I don't get to your question tonight, if it somehow gets missed, it's not personal. It's just that I didn't see it in time. It's just the way it goes. So the good news is what? There's always going to be another stream. So if it doesn't happen tonight, it's all good. All right. And remember, any super chats that come in tonight, I do get notified of a special little notification. And if you want to have a comment that you want to make sure we cover, just do a super chat. I'll be able to bring it right up and we'll get you on the screen and do it. And we will knock it out. Also, kind of some more few little things. I think you guys that are in the chat right now mostly already know all this stuff, but yeah, I like to cover because this does go to replay mode. If you haven't connected with me on social media, here's where you can reach me. Social media would be probably Twitter and Instagram would be my preferred methods to reach me the quickest, but Facebook's also an option. I do have a page there, and I do respond to messages there as well. But anyway, Instagram or Twitter is the way to go, and I would love to see you there. And Mike has a channel, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later in this stream, the Carbonite Jedi, which you see that amazing logo behind him, which just looks beautiful on the stream. We'll be talking about that, and he's going to share about what that is. Obviously, we got Jedi in the title. I think you can probably figure it out, but we're gonna dive into that a little bit later. And I also do again. How also Destin will be joining us a little bit later on the live stream. You guys know him as Destination Station, and so he'll be joining a little bit later on. But we're gonna get started right now. And I just also want to mention while I'm thinking about it, if any of you are interested on the getting on there on your Stew Train ticket, still have people asking me about it. So if you do want a Stew Train ticket, this beautiful ticket made by our very own Carrie right here, Carrie Crave Cinema, $5 for a super chat will get you a stew ticket. If you just put in there you want a stew ticket, I will email it to you so that you can print it out, frame it, put it on a shirt, anything you want to make it the background of your PC, your laptop, whatever you want to do. Just let me know. Just do a $5 super chat, bang it, and I'll hit you up on social media and send it to you. All right. I think that covers it. Oh no, it doesn't cover everything. The most important thing of all of this so far is not only can you become a channel member, I want to acknowledge all my channel members, guys. You guys are amazing. So first I want to talk about my channel members. Look at that amazing list. You guys are incredible. And for all of you that are on this live stream or watching this in replay mode, all of you that are members, I want to sincerely tell you right now from my mouth to your ear, thank you so much. It really means a lot. It helps this channel immensely. And it helps me to continue providing you with more content, more live streams like this. And it helps me make more videos for you guys that hopefully you'll continue to enjoy. So your support, not only as a subscriber, but as a member, is incredible. So thank you all so much for this. And, remember, if you want to become a member, just simply click the join button. It's right next to the subscribe button. And you'll have 3 levels you can choose from. And whatever one works best for you is fine. They all come with perks. And so check it out. And for those of you who are in the live chat with a green name, if you notice your name is green, or if you ask, like people ask, why is your name green? Why is that person? It's because they're members. Those are channel members that are in the live chat, and they get the special recognition of having a green name and a special really cool badge icon as well. All right. So thank you guys so much. Oh, and my patrons. I don't forget about you either. Thank you guys. Your support also very important and much appreciated. All right, guys. Now it's time to talk slashers. All right. Now, Mike as Mike is I have to say about Mike. Mike and I go way back. All right, let me just say we go way back as I mentioned already, and we've seen more movies together than I can even remember. I can't even tell you, and a lot of really great horror movies. I mean, we've seen a ton of horror movies, dude. Right over the last whatever it is, maybe 30 odd years, a long time, and I know we've seen some Halloween. We've seen a lot of the Halloween movies together. Especially some like in the 90s when they were the Colt Thorn, remember, and all of those
Yes.
those movies, and then Mike has seen all the Scream films, so Mike is very very acquainted. In fact, on our other channel, the Movie Bros React, we did a whole Scream Fest back in last August where we broke down every single movie, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So, but different, but similar. So I think why don't we just go ahead and start maybe with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I think it's based on my feedback I get from you guys. It's probably one of the less of the 3 big ones that are really going right now for slashers. But it's still worth talking about, right? Because it is new. It's just come out. I've seen it. I think most of you guys here have seen it as well. And so we can talk about that. So now there's some things about it, and it's interesting because, Mike, do you believe that based on what you see here with the current resurgence, how do you feel about that? Do you think it is a resurgence? Do you feel like this is kind of like maybe starting to get the momentum back? We got Scream, we've got the Halloween 2018, and we had Halloween Kills last October, and we have Halloween Ends coming up in October of this year, right? And then we have Texas Chainsaw. So how do you feel about that? Do you think that the slasher genre is indeed kind of having a little mini resurgence from what we've seen in the last 10 years or so? What do you think?
Yeah, I believe it is. I mean, you see all these new, movies coming out, Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Scream 5. Well, Scream, I guess.
It's Scream 5. It is Scream 5. You said it right.
So I mean, they're trying to like wipe out all these older, maybe not so well done slasher movies and bring up these new, improved uh, versions of the movie, or go back to the roots of what they were when they first started. So yeah, I think it's a big resurgence, and pretty soon we'll see Friday the 13th, probably, if they ever
Yes,
get their act together and
that's
get through
right.
legalese.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I didn't even mention that. You're right. Friday the 13th, they're working through their stuff, and I think we're getting closer to making this thing happen. So, man, that's another great point. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Friday movie in the next year, next year or two, man. I mean, I think it's very, very possible. And Carrie says, and again, I'm a little bit behind on Chad, but Carrie says, get it up. And you know what that means. Okay, guys, this is a tradition on the chat here. Let's take a look here. And anytime that someone dares mention his name or insinuate his name, we got to get it up, baby. There he is. The stew train is ready to roll. Okay, I've been telling you guys, it's loaded up. I've got it fueled up. I've got it polished up. It's being continually maintenance so that when this train rolls, we're going to be ready to load all you guys up, and we're going to make it happen. So, hey, will it be Scream 6? It could be. It could be Scream 7. But I think that train is on the tracks. We're going to keep it rolling. And I am your conductor. So that's right, Carrie. You're the first one to bring it up. And so we are going to get it up. Well done. All right. And also, as you see at the bottom, hey, hit that smash button. I always say hit the smash button. Smash that like button if you wouldn't mind. It really does help the video when it goes into replay mode. Appreciate it so much. Hey, Jaguar, I saw you popped in there. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Very much. All right. And Becky mentions about Happy Death Day. Yeah, that was another movie, Happy Death Day. Mike, did you ever see that?
I did not.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
All right. It was interesting. That was a movie that I thought was good. I just wish it had been amped up a bit more. I think that I don't know. I think that it just the concept was great, and I did like the movie. So hear me out. I did like it, but I just was kept hoping it would have been a little bit more oomph to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a little more, maybe a little more. The deaths would have been a little bit more intense, and some of the kills, but it was cool. It was not a bad movie. Now I did not see the sequel because I had heard some people, and and I always say this: don't let other people influence you on a movie. Go see it yourself, because I can't tell you how many times that I've heard people talk about a movie that they didn't like it, and I watched it and I was like, this is great, this is a good movie. So, or vice versa. Some people say this is really great, and I go watch it, didn't care for it. So don't let people influence you to watch a movie. So I need to watch the second one because when it came out, all I remember was people talking about how it's just not up to snuff to the first movie, and I had a lot of people say it. Okay, and so I was like, okay, maybe there's something to this. So, Mike, let's get back though to really what we're talking about here with the slasher genre. And what would you say is your favorite slasher franchise? I know that it's not your like go-to genre specifically, but
Hmm.
if you had to pick one, what would you say it is?
Right now, it'd probably be Scream.
Yeah, rock on.
Yeah,
I'm with you all the way,
the first one.
man. The first one. Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. I mean, the first one is wow, it's iconic, right? It's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
John, yeah, Destination Station is going to be joining. He's having a little technical difficulty right now. He's working on it, so he just texted me, and he's still continuing to work on it. So yeah, he'll be joining. So just hang out, kick back with your favorite cold beverage, and hang out with us tonight. He'll be joining as soon as he's able to get in. So yeah, he'll be here. Yeah, Denisha says Happy Death Day 2 was good marketing, could have been better. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. Now, there's another slasher movie that it's an older movie, but I have to always mention it because it's very underrated. It's Valentine, and that movie with Hayden Panettiere is in that movie, who was Kirby. She's in that movie, and I never remember the guy's name. Oh my gosh, he was Angel. He played in the TV show Angel. He was anyway. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys in the chat know who I'm talking about, David Borens or something like that. I'm totally going off memory, but you guys know who it is. And it was a really good movie. It was a very underrated little slasher movie. It was a PG-13, so unfortunately, the kills they were kind of scaled back, but it was still a pretty good show. Um, anyway, so yeah, David, there it is. Here you go, Carrie. Thank you so much. That's it, David. I never can pronounce the name right. Boreans. Um, yeah, Valentine's is a favorite to see. Mine too. I think it's really good. I've been really wanting to watch it. I haven't seen it in a while. Mike, did you ever see Valentine again? I can't remember if you ever
I
saw that
think
one.
we saw it in the movie theater together.
I think we did. I'm almost sure
Yeah.
we saw it in the theater together, and it was yeah, it was really good. I thought it was good. Yeah, that's what we got here. Necessary. I just want to rewatch Valentine. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was a really good show. All right, so the resurgence is back. Oh, that's it, Carrie. Carrie, you're right. You're right. Right. It's Marley Shelton is in it. Yeah, Marley Shelton's in it. Bingo.
Denise
Anthony
Richards.
Richards. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that it was a really good cast. It really was. I just wish they had gotten it. They went for PG-13 to try to get a broader audience. As sometimes
Hmm.
we see with these films, but it was good. I still enjoyed it. It had a good mystery to it. Kind of it's a who done it, which is you're dialing my number when you put a who done it in there. So love that. All right, all star cast. Yeah, it really was. It was really good, well acted, and absolutely, we're gonna live her alone. Oh my gosh. Hey, is that a stew reference, Mike?
Are you kidding?
Right? I think it's a stew reference, dude. Come
It
on,
sure
man.
is.
Yeah, that's right. We gotta keep it going, man. Keep the train rolling. Um, all right. So this resurgence that we're seeing, I hope it's the beginning of what's going to be a thing. Like I really hope this continues. I know we've got Black Phone coming out. We've got which is not going to be a slasher, but I'm just saying I'm thinking of other horror movies coming out this year. We got Black Phone, right? We've got Nope, which is the new Jordan Peele that they're working on, and excuse me. So we don't really know for sure what that is, but that looks like it really is going to be an alien movie. It looks like it's going to be an alien movie. The trailer they put out just came out with is sick, man. It's really good, and so Mike, you should check it out, man. It's a Jordan Peele's new movie called Nope, Nope,
Okay.
and the new trailer is just fantastically awesome. Yeah, you know what? Hey, Bobby, thanks, man. Bobby's jumping in here with a $2 super chat. Listen, thank you, man. And I want to tell you, don't forget to plug your new fan account, Craven. Yes. So just want you guys all to know that literally, I think it was yesterday or today, just like literally just happened. Um, Bobby has set up a fan page on my for Instagram, a Craven Something Scary fan page. I'll put a link to it in the description of this when it goes into replay mode. It's not there right now, but I will, and it's a fan page, and so basically, you guys that have already followed me on Instagram, you can go over and follow this one as well. And Bobby's going to be posting a lot of stuff on there. We're basically reposting what I post, but at different times of the day, and just to kind of keep the attention going. So thank you, Bobby, for doing that. Bobby's a real faithful supporter of the channel, and he offered to do that and approached me about it, and I was like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's try it out. So appreciate the super chat, Bobby, and appreciate you even more than that doing this fan page, man. It's really really cool. And so we'll go with it. Let's see, I'm getting a little here. Okay, great. Destin is still working on it. He just texted me right now. It's in progress. All right. So Scream, Mike, is your favorite franchise, especially the first
Hmm.
one, and Ben just bringing it. I'm dying here, man. I just we're keeping these stew quotes. I'm loving it. Oh gosh, there's so many. That kitchen scene, man, is just epic. It's like iconically epic. I don't get I
Yeah.
just can't get enough of it, man. Um,
It's
what would
peer
go ahead?
pressure.
Yeah, it's peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive. Um, it's just immaculate, man. So Mike, let's talk about Scream for a little bit because I know that is one that you really
Okay.
really really like and you know it really well. And let's talk about what is it about Scream that makes it your favorite? Like, what is it that would you say is the thing that draws you to that movie so much?
Well, there wasn't any one thing that drew me to the movie. It was a well done, um, and it had very many moving parts to it. You have the
Hmm.
mystery of what happened. At the end, you have two killers, which I'd never seen before. Um,
Yes.
you have like it wasn't just straight up like killing uh, gore. It was, you have the one scene that comes to mind is Henry Winkler's scene when he gets stabbed and he's laying there, and you see the killer coming at him with the reflection in his eyes. You know,
Oh, yes,
so
yes.
you have
So
that
good.
scene. It was very artistically done, and it wasn't just a cheap, you know, let's throw blood on the walls and try to pass this off as a slasher movie. It was very
Yeah.
well done. You know,
Yeah, absolutely, man. It had a brain.
it
It had
did,
a brain,
and it
and
had a
that's so
story,
unusual.
had a backstory.
It did. It had a backstory. It had a story up front with us, and it had a smart thing. It was a smart movie, and that was the slasher genre is so notorious. And listen, it's my favorite subgenre, but let's be honest here. It's notorious for not being very well made films. I mean, there are some good ones, but it's there's a lot of times that they're not very smart films. They're just kind of slash cut move on to the next person. You don't really care about half the people. Hey, real quick before we go any further, I think Destin is set up here. We're going to bring him onto the stream. We're going to test this live with all of you. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Destin.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
All right,
Yay.
Hey, Dustin.
good
Welcome,
deal.
Destin.
It
Welcome.
might have just been the other headset I had. I don't know. It's something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
puzzled.
There's that movie, I think, Ghost in the Machine. And
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man,
Mhm.
it's like there's always a ghost in the machine when it's time to go live. Like it's always something, man. It's all good though, man. It's all good.
I
Like
got
I'm
too
telling.
much stuff hooked up around here, and I've been playing this new game lately, and I was messing with that audio, so that might have had something to do with it. I don't know, but
I
glad to be here.
totally. Well,
Glad I
I'm
fixed
glad.
it.
Yeah, I'm saying, man. I'm glad you're here. Glad you could make it tonight. And we're gonna have a good time. Like I say, we're just hanging out, having a good time tonight. We're just not in a rush. We're just gonna chill and getting lots of love for you here, Destin. Everyone's happy to see you tonight.
Hey, everybody. I'm glad
So
everybody's here. This is awesome. I've been needing to do a
yes,
stream lately.
yeah, man, for real, dude. You
Y-
do, you
Yeah,
do.
yeah. I might
Um,
host one next weekend. If
rock
if
on.
if you're available, maybe we can do something.
Yeah, let's do something, man. I could do something next Saturday night. I've got the Nancy and Ritter's coming back on the channel to
Oh,
watch. We're doing a live watch along for Scream next Saturday night, and it's my first watch party. So I hope everyone here in the live stream. I haven't even posted the video. It'll be up tomorrow, where you can go and start, hitting setting reminders. But next Saturday, and I don't even upload a thumbnail for you here yet. But next Saturday at 9 p.m. Central, same time as tonight, we're going to do a live watch along party. We're going to actually watch Scream on our own devices with you in real time. And Nancy Ann Ritter, who just joined me last week for the girl in the bathroom scene, she's coming back and she's going to watch it with us, which is
oh, that's
incredible.
awesome. That's
So
really cool.
awesome. Really, really.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
that was
just,
a good stream too. She seems like a really sweet lady.
yeah, she's great. Yeah, she was. When we stopped the live stream, her and I talked one on one for like another hour and a half, and it was just amazing. She's great. It's
Yeah.
gonna be so much fun next Saturday. So anyway, yeah, that's a kind of. But yeah, any other than that, man, hit me up. I should be able to join you, so we can talk about it for sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'd be
good.
up for that. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
All right.
So right now Mike and I have been talking about Scream a little bit. We just kind of talking about Scream One. I was asking him about like what is it about Scream that really is attracting him, and that's his favorite the slasher genre or franchise. And and we were talking about the resurgence of everything. How it, do you? And I'll ask you the question, Destin, because I asked him. Do you agree, or do you feel like that we are witnessing a resurgence of the slasher genre when you look at Scream back, Texas Chainsaw's back, Halloween's back. I mean, what do you think, man? Do you think that maybe we're seeing a little comeback of the golden days of the slasher film?
I think so. I mean, especially with Halloween. I mean, Halloween really just kind of kicked things off. It's always tried to
Hmm.
come back, and it just wasn't as successful as Halloween 2018 was. And after that, yeah, um, it's I'm really excited. I mean, this is a good time to be a slasher horror fan,
It
because I
is.
grew up with these guys, and um, I just want to see more. I mean, I know Halloween Ends is coming out this year. I
Yep.
just want to. I know it's a slippery slope, and it's kind of hard to do, but I want a Nightmare on Elm Street back.
Oh,
Over all of them, I want another A Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's
Yeah.
like that remake. I
Oh
have
God.
I have love hate for that remake. There's like moments of great ideas, and then but then it all just falls apart. Like it didn't
Hmm.
seem end of any of the films, in my opinion. So you got to get Freddy right.
Oh yeah.
I would like to see Robert Englund at least be a part of it,
Yep.
even if it is like a passing of the torch, similar to like this last Candyman movie that came out. Like
Hmm.
there were some elements in there that I was thinking that could, you know, be brought into the Nightmare franchise. But yeah, I think we are, man. I think we're in good territory here because Friday the 13th. Did they settle that? That
Yeah. So
lawsuit?
I don't know
No.
where that's at right now. I know that it's the last I heard, man, things were looking really good. Like it was, it was looking like they're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that right at the beginning, just a little bit. That it's very possible we could have a new Friday movie in a year or two, man. I mean, it's not out of the
Yeah.
realm of possibility.
They would
So
just have
it's
to change up some stuff, right?
yeah, I think they had to change up some stuff with the whole naming and everything, and the whole, will it be a Friday movie or a Jason movie, or I don't know how it's
Yeah.
all going to shake out, but it's very possible that we'll have Jason, Michael Myers. Of course, Michael Myers probably is going to be, allegedly. We're going to get into Halloween Ends in a minute. Allegedly, this is it. We'll, for and maybe for at least for a few years.
Yeah.
They always come back, but yeah, to think that we could have a Scream, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and a Friday movie in a 2 or 3 year span
Hmm.
is, I mean, that's like crazy. And if you throw Nightmare in there, dude, now we're just going like, now we're just at epic proportions at this point. That's just
Right.
nuts, man.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing like that since the '80s. That I can
Right.
remember you've had that type of, Scream wasn't around in the '80s, but I mean that kind of, influx, right, of the slasher
Hmm.
film. So,
Yeah.
so
I
let
think
me
it's
go ahead.
time too because I feel like they kind of rotate them out. Like they do the paranormal, conjuring type stuff, and then when that starts falling a little flat, then they bring back the slashers. Just as long as it's good. I mean, that's the thing. That's all we really want is it to be a good story, and we don't want too many dumb characters and dumb
Yeah,
writing. We want it. We want
yes,
somebody that's handling these properties with care and that are fans of the franchise. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, man. I
or
mean,
dumb killings.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Like let's tone back on the goofiness a little bit.
Hmm.
Hmm.
They're not Saturday morning cartoons.
No.
We're go back to the roots. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Because if you think about it, man, like Halloween '78, that's not a this dude. There's no laughing in that movie. I mean, that is a serious movie. Nightmare on
Hmm.
Elm Street. I mean, there were maybe a moment here or there, but not really. That was a very Wes Craven was a very serious tone in that movie, and even Scream that it had those moments where we would relieve the pressure and the tension and we would laugh, but
Yeah.
it would never was like it, but it never felt like this wasn't a serious movie. Like this was,
Hmm.
there was real stakes involved in this with these people,
Yeah.
and the characters were so smart, man. I mean, they were smartly written. Kevin Williamson and then Wes Craven's, tweaking of it. It was just incredible, and that's just a genuine masterpiece. And John agrees. John says, yes, we need quality horror. We do,
Hmm.
man. It's, don't make it, don't make one if it's going to just be like pointless. We just, because I mean, we have enough movies if we just want to watch nonsense. They're out there. There's
Yeah.
plenty of them.
There's a
But
lot of throwaway sequels we have already.
oh, bro, so many. I mean, honestly, and this is, I mean, I believe Scream is like the only. Well, I shouldn't say only because there's a lot, but Scream is like one of the only. Okay, maybe the only franchise that personally I feel that is there are no throwaway sequels. There's
Yeah.
no Like, there's no movie where, oh, that's just, that what a waste of time that was. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't.
they're all fun to watch. They're all easy watches.
Yes.
And they can also they're the actual franchise that can evolve with the horror genre.
Hmm.
I don't know so much paranormal. I don't really want to see it evolve that way.
Yeah.
keep
No.
it slasher.
I agree. I totally agree. Um, Jaguar's in the house. What's up, Jaguar? With a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jaguar. Jaguars, and by the way, Jaguar is a recent member of the channel as well, so I appreciate that. I want to give you a shout out. Nightmare on Elm Street was the first horror film to give me nightmares just from the commercial. Wow. I remember being 7 years old and terrified anytime it came on TV. Ooh, man. And listen,
Mm,
I get it. That Wes Craven, man, he knew what he was doing. That guy was an iconic legend. I mean,
yeah,
there's very few that I put on a level of him. There's a few that I think are in his. They're all at the same table, but I think he's at the head of the table.
I do too.
I really do. I think he's at the head. I think John Carpenter's got a seat over here, right here near him, and there's some, and even some newer guys like James Wan. I think he's earned
Oh
a
yeah,
seat at
man.
the table. That guy's
James
earned a
Wan's
seat at
pretty
the table.
good.
He's
Yeah.
really good. I mean, you talk about what he's done with all of the Insidious, oh gosh, I mean, help me out.
Malignant.
We got Malignant, which is a recent one which I loved, and
Yeah.
Saw, um, you know, and The Conjuring, all this stuff. He's earned a spot, in my opinion, as well. But there's not many. This is a very little small group. But when you put about John Carpenter and Wes Craven, these are the elder statesmen of
Yeah.
horror. These are the
Right.
guys that they laid the map, man. They laid the groundwork, and so you know it's so sad that Wes is gone.
I know.
It just kills me, man. Because he was in the middle of doing a remake of People Under the Stairs. He was already in contract
Mm,
to do that when he was passed away, and he was going to do two television shows for the Sci-Fi Network, and one of them was based on a psychologist was seeing these patients, and they were telling the psychologist their greatest fears and these things were starting to come happen to him in real life, and it was just a wicked cool idea, and
mm.
we just never got to see that. But
Man, his
yeah.
his creativity. He has always been ahead of the time.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing that they're going to have to get right with Nightmare is it's not just a person in a mask. It's a
Hmm.
character. It's somebody acting. It's not. I mean, they're all acting, but I'm just saying that it's going to be the hardest one to pull off, especially with the age of Robert Englund pretty much out the door. But I would like to see. I think someone else does need to take the mantle, someone younger.
Okay.
But I still want to see respect to Robert Englund because even if they do something, as far as like the opening of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, how Tina's having that nightmare and he's in the shadows and you just see his glove, you see his eye peeking around the corner. Let that be Robert. Keep him in the
Oh
shadows the
yes,
first
dude.
half of the movie, but we're kind of passing the torch to our new Krueger. You know,
Yes.
something. Like I thought that they could take the remake of Candyman was not a perfect movie, but they did have some cool ideas that I thought that could be implemented in the Nightmare world a little bit. I don't know. How do
Okay.
y'all feel about that? Like I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all seen Candyman or not.
So that's one I have not seen, man, and it was on my radar to see. And Mike and I did a trailer reaction
Reaction
to it
for it.
on our other
Yeah.
channel. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was going to watch it, and I just for whatever reason, man, I think all the Scream stuff and all I just never did. But
Yeah.
I've heard a really lot of good things about. I heard a lot of people that have really liked that movie, and
Yeah.
so I mean, I need to just put it on my list and just circle it and say just go watch it, and
Yeah.
because he's pretty smart with his filmmaking as well. Jordan Peele is.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
creativity on that. But Nightmare is interesting, man, because I think Robert Englund needs to be. He's got to have one more in him, right? I mean, one more in the tank, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I
He comes out in a walker.
I
Well,
mean,
I
well,
saw I saw that
oh
what's that show he did like a cameo in last year, or what was it, 2 years ago? Um, was it the Goldbergs or
gosh, I don't know,
something like
man.
that? But there was an episode, it was like a Halloween episode, and it was called like Mr. Finger Knives or something, and Robert Englund was all in makeup and Freddy Krueger
No
makeup and
way.
yeah, and it was and it I don't know if it was just the makeup artist or what, but it looked like he didn't look right under the makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like so maybe it was just the makeup artist, but I was like,
Yeah,
man, is it time to hang it up, or I mean he's still doing conventions, he's
yeah.
still involved, but he has went on record and said that like putting hours and hours of makeup on is just I don't think he's interested in doing that anymore.
So,
Man,
So
so you can
go ahead.
have the perfect cast, but if you don't have the perfect director, it's not going to really do very much. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Destin, who would you have direct a new Nightmare
Mm.
on Elm Street?
I would like to see Sam Raimi tackle it.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like the idea of James Wan as well.
That's the guy
Um,
I want. That's who I
Yeah.
want is James
yeah,
Wan.
I
But
think James Wan would be great, but also something about Sam Raimi's directing on horror is like Evil Dead, and
yeah.
Drag Me to Hell. Just I don't know, I just some type of the visuals and stuff. You got to have somebody that's really good with visuals and that can do
Hmm.
some creative stuff.
Blumhouse Productions, maybe?
Yep, maybe. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm like, I mean, the jury's still out on Halloween. This new trilogy. I think this. I think it's. I'm so far so good for me. And we'll
Hmm.
get into Halloween in a minute. We haven't really got to Halloween. We're gonna get there. Um,
Yeah.
but talking about Krueger, man, I think I think James Wan is the guy. And Sam Raimi is. Don't get me wrong. That's a great choice too. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them.
Hmm.
I really don't. I just with the way James Wan is so visual in his movies, how he's cinematography is so incredible, and I love his creativity in the way he shoots the scenes. And I never will forget. And I've talked about it before, but it impressed me so much. And I don't know if you guys liked *Malignant* or not. I personally really enjoyed the movie, and I've been wanting to see it again.
That was a
But
Mhm.
trippy
oh,
twist.
it was
That was a
was and
crazy movie.
yeah. Did you like it, Destin? Overall?
Overall, yes. Is
Okay.
it a little silly in some areas or in a lot of areas, but it was what it meant to be. Like if you got to be in the right mindset for it. I
Hmm.
wasn't expecting that twist, and
Yes,
but it's a fun movie,
it
and it
Yes.
is.
flies by, and it's just carnage candy, all the way through. It's just it's so crazy. I like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I don't think it's James Wan's best movie, but that's still The Conjuring for me. Just that tone of The Conjuring. If they could keep that type of tone, that type of cinematography for a nightmare,
Yeah.
that would be dope. That would be
Destin, have you
awesome.
ever seen Basket Case?
I have not, but I have seen clips of it, and I've seen it in my local Blockbuster when they were
don't
around.
don't do it, man. Don't do it.
That is
It's
a D-rated Malignant.
it's
I
rough.
heard. That's what I heard. I saw some clips. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna torture myself and watch that. Is it bad? Is it bad? Is it really that bad?
Oh,
Oh,
it's so
it's
bad.
so bad. It's on a shoestring budget, and it's just the effects are horrid.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like what are they clay animation?
Claymation
It's the claymation, dude. Like and
Oh.
in
and
certain
someone
parts.
yeah, in certain parts, yeah, and it's not the
Yeah.
whole movie. Yeah, no, but certain parts and I'll go ahead and say it now. Malignant's been out for months, right? Several months. And Basket Case is what 35, 40 years old, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw out now that spoilers here, okay? Malignant spoilers, Basket Case spoilers. So if you've not seen Malignant and you want to be surprised, just hit mute on on the stream for like a couple minutes and then come back. So I have to say that the movie was spoiled to me because by accident, not intentionally, but someone said I asked, what you think about *Malignant*? I'm really excited for this person's opinion. And they're like, well, it was pretty good. He said, if you've seen Basket Case, and I'm like, oh, and then right when they let that out, they're like, oh shoot, I'm sorry, I should not have said that. They really felt bad because they knew they spoiled the movie.
Yeah.
So I knew going into it, it was going to have some kind of an element of that Basket Case. Which, if you're familiar, do you want me to tell you a Basket Case, man? Do you want me? I mean, Destin, if you really want to see it, I
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
spoil
that's
it,
fine.
but-
That's fine.
Okay, so basically, Explorer says it. It's right. Disgusting with a capital D. That's right. So you know, basically what it is this guy has a
Twin.
right? Twin brother that's deformed to the point where he's growing on his side. Okay, like literally on his side. They share stuff, and his parents decide they have to remove they move the brother, and so they cut the dude off. They named him Belial. Belial, and they cut him off, and his brother carries him around in a basket. So the guy who's the full, like, regular person has his basket he carries, and that's his little brother who's like has these arms. He doesn't have legs. He's just like a pound of flesh with arms and
Eyes in a face.
and eyes in a face. He can't even talk. He just goes. That's how he talks.
But he has super strength that he kills people.
Yeah, he kills people though, and he's angry at his brother because he's jealous because his brother. I'm assuming that's why he's jealous because his brother has a girlfriend and has all this stuff, and he's
Living
all
life.
Yeah, he's just all upset. So when someone told me that, hey Jordan, welcome, man. Glad to have you over here from FateStream. Awesome, thanks for stopping over. So anyway, whenever he told me that, I already had an idea it was going to be something like that, and. So when I saw Malignant, I wasn't shocked with the twist because I kind of knew it was coming. But what I enjoyed about the movie was the suspense was great, and the look. You know what I'm saying? How the movie looks is beautiful.
The cinematography.
It's beautiful, man.
Oh,
like that whole. Do you remember
police
the whole
scene?
Which one? Yeah.
The police
station.
Yeah.
Dude, that I could just watch that one scene over and over again.
Yeah.
And then there's that one scene where she's walking up the stairs in her house, and as she's walking, the camera seemingly just lifts up above her and starts to look down like there's no roof on the house. And you guys remember this scene?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And you see her walking down the hallway, but like from a bird's eye view above the house, and it was incredible cinema. I was like, dude, that's James Wan. That's his vision. And I'm just thinking about give him Robert Englund. I know Robert's old. I don't care. Load him up. Get the makeup on. Let's go. One more run. What could James Wan do if you turn him loose with Robert Englund, dude? Oh my gosh, bro.
Man.
I don't know. I think it would be amazing, personally. But yeah.
Yeah. But I have a question. Do you want it to be a one and done, or do you want the franchise to keep going? Do you want a new trilogy? Do you want?
If you can get Robert on board for a trilogy,
yeah,
I would say, because you almost have to, right? Because if you bring in Robert Englund, the master himself, the legend, and if you're gonna do a second one, you can't just put a new guy in there.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I guess you can, but
yeah.
But realistically, from a fan's perspective, we don't want to see that, and I think the studio knows that, right? So it almost seems like you would. Well, go ahead, Mike. I was going to say one or done, but what are you going to say?
I was going to say, don't you think that maybe they would sit back and try to look at how the movie's produced first, sort of like Scream 5. When they made it, they didn't really say they were going to make a Scream 6 until after it was released and see how
successful.
people reacted to it. And
the
then
box office was the key.
Yeah,
right?
the box office. So if it's a really well done movie, you know, it's okay to start making more. But if it tanks, I would say no.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the kiss of death. Yeah, I mean, and remember we were talking about that on the channel here. You guys remember before Scream ever came out? I was like, the box office is going to tell whether or not this is going to be a trilogy or not. If we're going to get a 6. Let's just keep it at one at a time.
Yeah.
And we said, look, it's got to get to be 80 million domestically. It was always said 80 to 100, and if it hits that number, I think we're locked in. And of course, it's blown out. It's it's actually hit. Like I think it actually has hit 80 domestically now. Last time I looked, and it's up to like 100. Was it 130 million or something now?
Yeah.
It's incredible, man. It's doing really good. It's basically hit the same number, around the same number as Scream 3 has hit,
Yeah.
which is
Hey, Jack.
remarkable. Oh, we got Jack in the house?
Yeah.
All
Oh.
right. Oh, here he is. What's up, Jack?
What's up,
Always
Jack?
good to see you, man. Always good
Uh,
to see you, Jack.
yeah, I think it's good timing too with Scream though, I think it's at the right time. We got Halloween, they did Candyman. They're kind of slowly creeping it back in, so it's like it's why not take that opportunity? But, originally I think the idea was it was going to come out on the 25th anniversary around December, what's the date? December 21st? Am I wrong about that?
Which movie? Tell me again. I'm sorry, I blanked
Scream.
out. Oh, Scream. Which Scream? 5 or 1?
1. What's
Oh
the
yeah, Scream
25th
1.
anniversary?
December 20th. December 20th.
20th. All right.
Yep. Yep.
I think originally that was going to be the idea, but you got Spider-Man, you got all these other big hitters right now. You can't compete with that right there. You got to let them kind of, tone down a little bit. So that's why it was moved to January. So I don't know if we're going to keep the same with Scream 6. I wonder if they're going to keep the same release date in January or if they're
That's
going
a
to move it.
great question because they're going to start filming in the summer, and we don't know what that means. Is that June, July? It could be August even.
Right.
And because basically, if we, yeah, so right, so as the same thing you just said, if you look back to the original, we had December 20th for Scream 1, Scream 2 dropped December 12th or 13th of the following year, not even a full year, like a few
Yeah.
days short. So if they're going to try to mimic or mirror that type of pace, then yeah, it's possible if they film in the summer, they post production in the fall and winter, or fall mostly, and then they start dropping a trailer in November or October probably again. But kind of replicate what happened last year, basically.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it could happen in January. I personally am like, no, don't. Not that it can't be done well, because Scream 2 was amazing and
Mhm.
shot in less than it was incredible. But again, Radio Silence isn't Wes Craven. All right, let's be honest, okay? I'm not saying they're bad. I think they're doing great.
Yeah.
But Wes Craven could pull this off. I wouldn't be worried at all. But
Yeah.
is Radio Silence, this is their second major motion picture? Scream 6 will be their third. Is this? I don't know. Maybe they are ready for it. That kind of pace. Maybe so. If you have a good team with you, I would much rather, though, personally, let it simmer. Let's bring it back in October of next year. Let's go. Let's slow down. Let's make sure it's going to be perfect, and then October 15th or something, or 14th, we get Scream 6. I
Let
think
it
that's
take-
more like it.
Yeah. Let Halloween end this year.
Yes, exactly.
And then next year, let Scream replace that for the new October film.
Yes,
I think that's a great
so.
idea.
Why couldn't we make Scream 6 the big Halloween movie? Not the Halloween franchise, but like for the month of Halloween, the October, we're going to celebrate with Scream 6 next year. We got Halloween ends this year, and I saw a chat here that I have to bring this up. So John says, I got to see Too Scared to Scream on Paramount Plus a few days ago. The opening scene had me laughing because it reminded me of the clip you played on some of your streams. Hashtag I'll be there. And yes, absolutely. In fact, I know that clip well.
Dude.
I was like, what the hell just happened?
Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
And you know who that is? That's
No.
that's the guy who is in John Wick. He's the hotel manager at John Wick.
It is.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. That's. Hold on. That's not that. This is the hotel man. Okay. Woo. I'm sorry, guys. I never lose my composure like this. It just caught me, man.
Stew train derailed.
Stew train, baby. Let's go. John, it's all it's your fault, John. It's all your fault that this is going off the rails. So too scared to scream, believe it or not. Honestly, that is the part of the opening of the movie. It's a decent little whodunit slasher movie. It actually really is. If you have Paramount Plus, yeah, Destin, have you ever seen it? You ever?
Nope.
It's
No.
It's like from '86 or '87. It's old.
Mother.
Yeah, Mother. Oh gosh, the Mother. So yeah, it was anyway. If you guys want to find a little old '80s gem that you've never heard of, it's Too Scared to Scream. There it is. And I'm glad to hear it's on Paramount Plus. That's awesome. So if you have it, check it out, and you can see the extended cut of that song because it goes for like 5 minutes long. It just never ends in the movie.
Jeez.
It's pretty crazy. So anyway,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth
I
it.
always forget I have Paramount Plus.
Right?
I have so many streaming services. I'm just like, I don't know which one to choose. I got to catch up on some stuff tonight.
No, it's absolutely. I'm telling you, it's like an hour and a half. It's a fun little movie. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are laughing with us and having a good time. It's what it's all about, right? It's having a good time.
Yeah.
That's why we do this, man. This is. Lee's in the house. Lee the Nerd, one of my channel members, and actually was my very first channel member. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. And also, Lee the Nerd is the person who designed the icon badge for every member who leaves a comment in the chat. I think actually not in the live chat, but in the comments videos, you see the little skull there. That is actually created right.
Hey everyone, it's
That's not it. That's something else. Anyway, the skull icon was created by Lee the Nerd. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
And Dustin, I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
When you have these movies coming out, like the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it follows so closely to Halloween, where it has a major plot element of a returning emotionally scarred female survivor, how do you keep that from becoming rote? Because in the next Scream, if they bring back Sam, she's going to be an emotionally scarred person, and if somebody comes through that starts to killing, how do you keep it from all the new horror slash movies from
Being similar?
Yeah, showing similarities.
Destin, why don't you start us off, man? And I'll go after you.
Well, I hope they don't do that with Sam. I think that at the end of Scream 5, I think she was shown to be she accepted who she was. She seems like she's going to be a fighter. I don't think she'll be that type. Maybe her sister will. Maybe Tara will play that role. But I hope they don't, because that's really my negative for Texas Chainsaw Massacre is that part of the movie. Like overall, I did enjoy the new one, but like it was almost copy and paste, and I just, can we just do something different? I mean, they didn't have to do it that identical to Laurie Strode, you know. And hopefully, if Radio Silence is listening to the fans and seeing all this feedback on stuff, you know, hopefully he listens. They're gonna listen, because you know we live in the day and age. Fan service is everything. Like I mean, look at Marvel. I mean, that's what they need. That's what Scream really needs to focus on, is just fan service, fan service, fan service, and we'll be happy.
Yeah.
That you're going to get us in the seats. So to answer your question, no, I don't like that idea. I don't think that Sam. I honestly don't think that's where Sam's character will go, but I hope they don't write it that way. I really don't.
Yeah. Jack is popping in with a $2 super chat and says, "Great stream, guys. Keep doing what you're doing." Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Gonna have Jack on again soon. He's always a fun guest to have on. And so thank you, Jack. Appreciate your support, man, as always. And we've got a little stream to do with Jack pretty soon. I don't know if I should plug it right now, because I mean, Jack's gonna host it on his channel, but Jack, if you're okay with me mentioning it, hit me up here in the chat and just say it's okay. If not, it's no big deal. We can wait. But we have something cooking.
Yes.
That's boy, I tell you, it's cooking. So just gonna leave it at that for right now. Um, yeah. Yeah. As far as Scream 6 goes with Sam and Tara and all this, and right, I did a video this week. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it's basically called The Dark Side, or so it's called Sam's Dark Side, and I just put it up I think yesterday. And the whole point of that video was to talk about what's going to happen with her, right? And I really here's what okay, there's two things. Here's what I think is going to happen. Then I'm going to tell you what I want to happen. What I think is going to happen is Sam will be very similar to 5. We're going to see her be fighting the demons of Billy, her inner Loomis or whatever, and she'll fight to overcome it throughout the film. She'll be talking to Billy, she'll be hearing him, and it'll be much like the first one. She'll keep it under control. She'll not let it get the best of her. She'll bring it out when she has to survive. I think that's what we'll see. I really do. However, what I want to see, and this is kind of like polarizing. Some people love this, some people hate this. And Destin, I want to get your thoughts, and Michael, your thoughts on this as well. But what I'm actually hoping for is she completely succumbs to her dark side. After killing Richie, she got bloodthirsty. She's had a taste of it, and I mean, guys, look. It's one thing to kill to survive, right? You know, like Sydney. Sydney never killed anyone like we saw with Sam. She unleashed a part of herself that was. It looked like she was loving it. Like she was absolutely enjoying all 22 stabs over like a 30-second period. It just never ended. It was great. My favorite kill with the whole movie wasn't a Ghostface kill. It was Sam. And I'm thought to myself, you know, what if they're setting us up for her to give into that, and in 6 we see her fall down that slope, and at the end of the day she's the one trying to kill Sydney, and Tara steps in and kills her sister, kills Sam, and the torch is passed from Sydney not to Sam but to Tara. And I'm telling you, I've been thinking about this for a long, long time, and Destin, I think we've talked about it before. And what I want to see is, again, I don't honestly right now think I will, but I think we will. But I hope we see Sam give in, because I just think the final girl material for me, this is just my opinion, is more in Jenna Ortega's house than in Melissa Barrera's house. I thought Jenna was set up great. She took on a lot more brutal beating than Sam did, and she survived. She pushed through it. She kind of turned into a little Sydney at the end of the day, even shooting Amber. Remember at the very end. So,
right.
You know, I'll start with Mike. I'll just go around here. Having that, what I said there, was kind of setting that stage. Michael, what do you think? Do you want to see Sam continue and overcome, or do you want to see her kind of do what I just talked about, where Tara ends up being the one who overcomes?
I don't really have an opinion on either one, but I think that in the movie, even though she was seeing Billy, it was her sister that was keeping her grounded. And I think that even though she went off on the dude and stabbed him 22 times, you know, I think it'll be her sister, unless her sister gets killed, you know. I think it'll be, you know, her sister that keeps her grounded to where she will not be a killer.
So you think Tara will keep Sam from giving in and kind of
overcoming? Yes, it's her, you know, her love for her sister. I mean, because she came all the way down, you know, to see her sister after her sister got stabbed, and you know she had to make everything up to her sister. So
yeah. Okay.
That's my opinion.
That's what you think. Now, is that what you think will happen, or what you want to happen, or both?
I think that's what's going to happen. I don't really have an opinion either way.
You don't really. That's right. You said that. You said either way. Okay, that's fair. Now, Destin, what do you think is going to happen with this scenario specifically, and what do you want to happen if it's different?
Well, I think we're going to see kind of like a. I think Tara is going to be our new final girl. I want to see her a little bit changed also. I want to see. I don't want to see her in a wheelchair, hurting. Great acting. I mean, her level of acting was great, but I want to see her stronger in this next, in Scream 6. But with Sam, I started thinking a lot about it too, and I was thinking, why did she leave her sister like she was? I mean, I know she was a troublemaker. Judy already said
Right.
that. She
Yep.
already had these, it's hereditary. She's already always into trouble. But what if she left Woodsboro to protect her little sister because she's unstable?
Yeah.
And
Yes. And she
and
said that, Destin. Remember? She said in the
yeah,
hospital, she told Tara. Tara's like, "Why did you leave?" She said,
right,
"To protect you."
right.
And Tara says, "Protect me from what?" And she never answered her.
Right. And
Never
here's
answered her.
another thing. Their dad supposedly left town, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they had no one knows where he's at. He just vanished. What
Yeah.
if Sam actually killed her dad
Oh. Oh
and he's
man.
hidden somewhere?
Oh,
And maybe that was
nice.
her moment. Maybe there's a flashback there. Maybe that's a moment to where she realized she's unstable. To protect her sister and her and
Yeah.
whoever else, she's got to get away. And maybe
Whoa.
I mean think I mean I
I'm
really
thinking
was
about
thinking
it.
about, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's just a theory, but I mean, I'm trying to make it make sense why she abandoned her sister, and saying that she was protecting her. Well, she's protecting her from herself.
Right.
So she's slowly gonna be transitioning into being more unstable. Um, Now, is she gonna be a ghost face, or is she? I really, there's a lot of different ways they could go with it because it's a little psychological. So
Yeah, it
I just
is.
hope they don't go. I hope it's written well, whatever they do with her character, because it's a slippery slope in a Scream movie to dabble in this territory of psychological, mixing Billy Loomis and these visions and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's another thing. I want to see Billy again to let the audience know that he's still there, but I don't want to see him that many times.
Okay.
I just want to
Okay.
know. I want them to scale back the visions a little bit. I thought that they
Okay.
I thought
Thought it was
maybe
too
one or
much,
two
huh?
is okay, but I
Okay.
thought sometimes it took me out. So,
Yeah, because we had her in the hospital mirror, the rearview mirror of the car,
hmm,
the mirror in Billy's house, the window reflection after at the end. That's 4 times.
yeah,
And I don't know. No, is that it? Am I missing one? I think that was it.
Well,
Right.
this is a great opportunity in 6 because she has like a bad history and she's a little mentally off, to use her as a red herring, and everybody's gonna be looking towards her as the person who does the killings and stuff. So I mean, it's just
Yeah.
a big twist. I don't know.
yeah. And remember,
Yeah.
Ghostface said to her on the phone in the hospital, he said, "I know your little secret," or something like
I know
that.
your
Something.
family secret.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe what if in the next one that's what brings her back to Woodsboro? Because that's another thing is they're saying they're getting out of Woodsboro. Why would they come back? And if they set the movie back in Woodsboro, there's got to be a reason for them to be in Woodsboro.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the movie, they were getting ready to leave. So what if Sam's getting phone calls from Ghostface saying, "I know your secret. I know what you did," and then we start getting it slowly starts showing us that not too much, still keep it a mystery, but like she did something in Woodsboro and that's why she left, and it could be that she ended up killing her stepdad.
That's wicked, man. That would be
Yeah,
what a twist that would be. Like, because she
yeah,
said, "No, our dad left us." Well, what
yeah,
if he didn't? Like, he left him, but not in the way you think.
right.
That's a very interesting idea.
He's still in
Um,
the basement, tied up.
He's buried in the backyard.
now, Christina says you call yourself a Stu fan and can't remember that's his house. Shame on you, Craven. I'm going to tell Stu. Christina, I have no idea what you're talking about. Just to be honest with you, I don't know. I have no earthly idea what you're talking about. I mean, if I said Billy's house somewhere in the stream, okay, you got me. But I don't remember ever saying Billy's house. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the communication or somewhere earlier. But yeah, Stu's house is in the movie. Okay, it all takes in place in Stu's house, but it's all good. And yeah, if you call up Stu, oh shoot, you guys know the tradition, man. Every
Yep.
time someone says stew, Destin, what do we have to do? Destin, you've been here before. You know how
You
this
gotta do the
works.
stew train, man.
We got to go. So everybody get ready right now in the live chat. I want to interrupt your chat between yourselves for just a minute. Get your hashtag symbols up. Let's go. I'm going to hit stew. We're going to get the train going, and I want your best stew hashtag. Be creative, all right? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, baby. Get the stew train rolling. The doors are open. Tickets are for sale. Come on, man. This is the time to do it. I want to see your hashtags because we're going to roll. Because, you know, I am the conductor of the stew train. I have been for 25 years, and I'm the guy. I got your back. I got plenty of seats. I got VIP seats even, man. I've got special sections available. So, you know, just let me know, man, because I got a spot for every single one of you in the live chat. And you can buy your ticket right now for a $5 super chat. I literally will send you a ticket right now.
Ghostface on a train.
Yeah, man.
There's your setting. Go.
Yes. We have a good time.
We gotta have Samuel Jackson in there though.
Oh man. I told you. I tell you, the best shouter in Hollywood. If you want somebody who can shout,
Yeah.
that's your man.
Yeah.
So this is interesting though. I like the road we're heading down here with this, with the whole Tara and Sam thing, because we see now that I'm gonna shift a little bit because the Queen of Scream, and look, I understand this is also kind of polarizing. There's a lot of people that are saying, let's move on from Sydney. We're tired of Sydney, and I respect those folks, and their opinions are fine. No one's wrong for thinking that. However, my opinion is different. Even though we have new people, I want Sydney back. I want her to be in these movies. She is Scream. For me, she is Scream. There is no Scream without Sidney Prescott. And I understand, like, oh gosh, how many times is it going to be someone trying to kill Sidney? Well, again, I always say this, Destin and Michael, you know it, that good writing covers a multitude of sins, man. Mm-hmm. If you have a good writing team, you can create a good story. We've seen it in the Star Wars episode. I mean, I'm getting on the Michael's territory here, the Carbonite Jedi. And we've seen it in Star Wars how if you have good writing, you can look Jon Favreau, right? And I'm probably butchering his last name, but what he did with the Mandalorian is just brilliant writing. I look at the writing team for Rogue One, absolutely a brilliant writing. I like, this is a Star Wars movie, not this pile of, not this mess over here that we had to get from some other writers, Ryan Johnson. And so, just my opinion. So anyway, my point is, you can either make it work or not work. And that's going to be how the writing is done.
Steve's favorite Star Wars movie is The Last Jedi.
It's not my favorite Star Wars movie. Don't tell lies on my live stream. That is not right. But, anyway. So I guess my point is,
they're bringing back Dewey.
Oh,
bring back
Dewey's
Dewey.
A ghost. They're going to do a Force ghost with Dewey.
Yeah, Dewey will be a Force ghost.
Oh, Dewey.
Giving out rules.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Hashtag bring back Dewey.
Bring him back.
Man, dude, that was that's one thing. They made some bold choices, and this franchise has needed it.
Yeah.
But I just don't like.
It should have been Courtney Cox.
I don't think it should have been Courtney Cox. It should have been Gail.
I agree. I do. I agree with you.
I don't know. Dewey. Who can feel that? Who can feel?
Yeah.
Richie was very likable. He could have.
Oh, he was
played
great.
If he wasn't. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who the killers were.
It's
so
spoiler
if
talk. Spoiler talk.
Yeah. If he wasn't the killer, man, he could have been a continuation. He could have been the comedy relief, and he had really good chemistry with everybody.
He did. Mm-hmm. He was so believable. He was so genuine. He's got that natural charisma, Jack Quaid, and he can just turn it on, man. And it was so impressive seeing them together and seeing him on screen. I just kept on thinking, man, why do they have to kill him off, man? It's just a shame because he could have easily carried on, like you said, Destin, to the next movie. He could have been with Sam in Scream 6. I would look, honestly, as far as characters go, personally, I'm going to catch some flack, and that's all right. It's no big deal. I personally would rather have seen him live than Chad. Honestly, if I had to pick one, I would rather if they said, look, only one guy is going to survive, I would say, give
Yeah.
me Richie,
Yeah.
let Chad go, look, keep
Yeah.
Mindy. That's just my opinion. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that Richie added so much more to the movie than Chad did. And Chad,
Yeah.
in fairness to Chad, though, his part was a lot smaller, obviously. So if he's in a larger role, we'll get more from him, I'm sure. But you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how I feel about him. Like, if I could just pick one, give me Richie, keep him
Yeah.
good, and let's see what he can do in 6. Maybe he dies then, but let's carry on. What do you guys think, man?
Well,
Absolutely.
I was reading something with Charlie, and he said, "Do you think Dewey could come back like they brought back Randy in 3 as on a videotape?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I wouldn't mind seeing Dewey one more time, on a videotape, but
I
I
think they should.
prefer to see him alive, But I
Yeah,
guess that's not
Yeah.
going to happen."
we'll take it though, right? Well, if we can
Yeah.
get it, I mean, just to
Yeah.
see him. I mean, yeah, it's just hard to picture a movie without. It's going to be so strange. I got to be honest to see this movie with no Dewey.
I
It's
know.
just going to be so weird.
And he came like 30-minute mark of the movie. And
Yes.
we were and it's like it was so easy to get back attached with him.
Oh, it
Just
was.
like and then it's just like he's just ripped back away from us. It's just like it's over. Like that's it. And I
Yeah,
was just like, ah.
and
And
it
they
was
need to
going so
retcon
well.
who actually killed him also
Hmm.
because
Oh
I don't
yes.
like that. I don't buy it.
Yes, I know. I'm telling you, this is a great. We're starting to get into some really fun territory here, because. Oh,
What
go ahead. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. One thing I do want to see in a
Yeah.
screen film, and I feel like it needs to be done
Mhm.
instead of it always being two different introduced characters.
Mhm.
Let it be a character from one of the previous movies. I think that will hit harder whenever a Ghostface is one of the characters from a previous movie, just
Mhm.
because we got attached to them. We never even suspected them because they survived that movie, but we come to find out later on. And that's what I was hoping for Scream 3 whenever it was like I killed her with Maureen Prescott.
Hmm.
Oh yes.
Roman, it didn't hit with me. That was the only thing I did
Hmm.
not like about Scream 3 really was that the payoff of who was actually behind it. Maybe it would have if Roman got more screen time too,
Yeah.
because
Right.
it was almost like I forgot he was even a side character.
Yeah, I
you
Mhm.
was
know,
thinking the same thing, Dustin. I was thinking either that or have like at the end of the movie, they have two killers, but one of them escapes and lives.
hmm
They never find him,
yeah,
and he
Yeah.
comes back in the next movie.
Well,
yeah,
that would have been great because here on the channel, you guys know I'm a firm believer that there are two killers in Scream 3. That
yeah,
we only got one reveal. I still believe Angelina is the second killer, and I mean I've done a whole video laying out my whole reasoning behind it, and I think that we got one reveal because that's what the Weinsteins wanted. But Wes Craven made that movie, and we just talked about it this week on my Scream 3 live stream like a couple nights ago, or whenever. I think it was Wednesday. But point is, Angelina in my book, I count her as a ghost face. So like whenever I like rank ghost face, and which I haven't done yet, I'm going to. I actually I count two ghost face killers for 3, and I think and she's absolutely. Wes Craven filmed that movie absolutely clearly. There's two people.
yeah,
It's not you would have to disintegrate matter and bring it up in some type of a Star Trek contraption for that
yeah.
to be one person. And
Maybe it
so
was Stu. We just never saw
I
him.
mean, hey, all right, hey, I'm
I'd
all
buy
about
that.
stew, but I mean, I
I'd
don't
buy it.
know. You buy it? I mean, hey, listen, I've had some people on my channel suggest, hey, what if Stu's been behind all of this stuff? Like, what if he's had a hand in everything, And I mean, hey, I will take it if we get the train going. I'm all for it. But the thing with Roman is, I personally liked Roman. I didn't really have a problem with it. I think I probably liked him more than you, Destin. I think that was he Billy and Stu? Of course not. No way, not even close. But you know, I thought with what we all had, what was going on with this film in the production, I think it was Wes Craven made an absolute amazing meal. I just use an analogy out of just dirt. Okay,
Mhm.
I mean basically because we all know the production issues the movie had and writing the script the day of it, and so Scream 3 has a special place in my heart. I think I love the movie, and every time I've watched it after whatever many times now, 60, 70 times, I don't know, maybe more. I love it every time. I never get tired of it, and so but that's not to say it was perfect. I mean, I'm not saying all that. I'm not saying Roman was like amazing, but I thought it was kind of an interesting dynamic with the brother, and I just wish that we could have seen Angelina revealed, but I understand why we didn't, and I think she might still be alive, Michael, because you mentioned what
Well,
if they survived, and he pulls her off the steps. Remember at the end,
Hmm.
mhm.
or not the end, but when she dies, and so why did he do
Yeah.
that? I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe.
I mean, it's not so much the motive or Roman itself. It was just maybe I was expecting too much. I think maybe I was when you see that picture and it said I killed her, and and they were saying the killer has to be from Woodsboro. It made me think, oh, let me think back to Scream One. It's got to be somebody we've already seen. And I think
Yeah.
that would hit a lot better if we already met somebody in Scream One and Sydney didn't even know that was her brother. You know,
Right.
like that would hit. But I think it would have been better if just they would have given Roman more screen time because and then that fake death that he does,
Hmm.
and I was just like, I don't know. It was so close to greatness for me. Anyways, it just did not land the mark at the end. But
Gotcha.
hey, I
I
still like
always
it.
I always found Roman in the movie to be kind of whiny.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
definitely.
really, and
Hmm.
then then he becomes psychotic, but he's still whiny, you know, and
Hmm.
I never really meshed with him like I
Hmm.
did
Yeah.
Billy or Stu,
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's. I mean, Billy and Stu are just. Man,
you
those
can't
guys.
top it.
You just
I don't know
can't
if you
even.
can top it.
You can't. I really believe it's impossible. I just don't. I just don't see it. And so all of them will fall short of Billy and Stu in my book. As great as they are. And
Hmm.
but I got to tell you, like Jill, for example, another one that some people love or hate. I love Jill. Jill was freaking amazing in Scream 4. She's my most favorite ghost face after Billy and Stu. That's how high I rank her. And oh, she was awesome. She was perhaps the most absolutely insanely manipulative of all of them. And
Yeah.
she just didn't care about anything or anybody, and even
That was
herself. I
that
mean,
was that,
woo,
wa- that was a great twist. That I
it
had to give it that.
was.
I did like Jill's reveal. Uh, Not so much Charlie though. That's I suspected him the whole time, and I was just like, I don't know. I just felt like I was like, hold on, these two kids did all this, and the guy in the ghost face costume is like 6 foot whatever, and they seem like they're like 5 foot each. And like even how Charlie was like holding on to Sydney, it looked like he was like struggling to try to like keep his arm around her. Whenever he does his reveal, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all remember that
Yeah.
scene?
Yes.
And I was just like, man, look, he's even shorter than Sydney.
Yeah, he was a really. Yeah, he was. Well, when they put the when they put the boots on, they put on the cape, the robe, whatever, the robe, not the cape, but the robe. They embody Ghostface.
Yeah,
They grow 2 or 3 inches and they get stronger, and you know
yeah.
it's it's
Movie magic.
it's movie magic, man. I mean, it's what and that's just
Yeah.
all it is. I mean, now I'm catching up on the chat. As you guys can see, I'm a little bit behind. Um, yeah, I mean, I would too. Thank you, Pluto. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I just you can't just it's just what I would do. But anyway, so boy, where are we going to go now? Because there's so many things that we still haven't
I
gotten to. Go
I
ahead.
know we jumped to Scream, but I just want to know from you guys if they did have to replace Robert Englund, just back on Nightmare on Elm Street for 1 second, we'll keep moving. But
Yeah.
if they did, who who do you think would be a good Freddy? Who do y'all want to see don the glove?
Oh my gosh.
I just got that Freddy mask today too. That's behind me.
Oh, I can't see it very well. Let me see if I can
You
get a
can't
better
see it?
look at it. Not
Well, there you go. It's right next to the
sweet.
glove.
whoever they
Wow, nice, man.
whoever
Yeah.
they bring in to replace Robert England, if they do, as long as the uh it's not woke and they try to bring in some, girl or ethnic, not that I'm
Yeah.
against girls or somebody from an ethnic, background or persuasion. I just think that, it's uh better to keep it on an even level.
Yeah.
You're talking about for Nightmare?
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger, yeah.
Oh, you mean like making Freddy a woman? You
Yeah,
mean?
making
Yeah.
him a woman
Oh,
or
I see what you're
you
saying. I
know,
got you. Yeah, I mean, and like I say, I don't have yeah, like and to your point, like I know what you're trying to say. It's more about like not it's about staying true to the original. It's what
yeah,
it
Yeah.
is. If the original was like was a female killer, we're gonna keep her
yeah,
a female killer, right?
yeah,
Let's do that. Um,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ghostface is different because it's not
Yeah,
it's not a character. They're all different people, right? So that
Yeah.
you can have girls and guys and mix them all up and
Right.
it's fine. But yeah, I'm with you as far as Freddy Krueger goes, man. Yeah, I would want it to be as close to keeping with the original as far as how they look, how they not because that remake was wretched. I think can we all
Mm.
agree they did that the face where it looks like they're trying to make it look like they're really burned. Remember that? And
Yeah. Yeah. It
it
was. It
just
was more distracting than it
it
was effective.
was.
Um.
Yes.
And the only thing that I thought that was really creative in the remake was when she was in the Walgreens or whatever and she's going in and out of the dream and you see Freddy and he's hitting the stuff
Mhm.
off the shelf. I was like, that's really cool. Like, see, but
Yeah.
they touch on it. They don't really do a whole lot with it anymore. And like I said, like there was
Yeah.
like moments that I was like, okay, there's great ideas, but this movie sucks.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And who could like? All right, I'll tell you this, because you asked a great question. Like, who would we? Yeah, imagine Angelina returns. Oh, Jack. Oh my gosh, could you imagine Angelina's back? Oh my gosh, that would be sick. I would love it.
Yeah.
As far as like because you asked a good question. Who do we want if we can't get England back? If we can't get Robert. Who
Yeah.
do we want? And that's a good question, man. I have to really think about that. I will tell you who I don't want. I can answer it this way. I don't. I swear, if it's The Rock, if they bring in Dwayne Johnson to play, bro, I will literally melt down. My brain will melt out of my ears. Okay, it will
Yeah.
come out of every orifice of my face. It will melt. I can't handle that. I will literally stop watching it. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be The Rock. Don't give me who else? John Cena. No,
Yeah.
don't do it. Just don't do it.
It doesn't really have to be star power. It can be,
No,
I think that would be too distracting too. But if you got
could
somebody
be.
that is known, but they're not like a household name, like they're not known to be in like mainstream stuff. Like
Yeah.
we need somebody that's like really good with like independent films and like my idea, who I would like to see as Freddy Krueger is I've always said that Walton Goggins would be awesome as Freddy because I feel like he balances humor and sadistic very well. Like if you remember him in Django, if you remember him
Oh,
in
trying to replace him. I'm trying to place him. Um,
he's in he and he works with David Gordon Green and Danny McBride on Vice Principals.
what's his name again, Destin?
Walton Goggins.
I'm gonna pull him up on Google so I can see what I can get it.
And
I
just
need
like
to
even
see
like
him.
his build is like, you know how like in the first Nightmare film, whenever Freddy, like the way he,
Oh, I know him. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I know him. Yeah,
yeah, and if like the way Robert Englund like
hmm
portrayed Freddy, he used the glove as like a weight, like a gunslinger. He like
yeah,
slanted, like I want to see all that back. I want to see that version of Freddy back on film that we haven't seen. And my second choice, and I'll just leave it at this.
yeah.
Well, I actually have two other choices. I'll give you that. Um, Walton Goggins would be my first, but if not him, Sam Rockwell.
Oh my gosh, really?
Sam
Sam
Rockwell,
Rockwell.
I think
Interesting.
he, and my third, and this is it. I would like. I know a lot of people were talking about Kevin Bacon. That would be great, but I don't want to use Kevin Bacon because that's like everybody talks about Kevin Bacon being Freddy.
Yeah.
Um, Ben Foster, Ben
Uh,
Foster or Sam Rockwell as second and third choice.
all right, those are not bad choices, honestly, man. They all kind of have like they kind of favor Robert England. Honestly, their faces kind of favor
Right,
the same kind of shape, and
right. And think about
yeah,
I want to see the makeup on them.
yeah, that could be real interesting, man.
Yeah.
Um,
What about Ryan Reynolds?
no,
No.
no, no. So yeah, no Ryan Reynolds, no Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, no John Cena. Yeah, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Matthew has a great point. I thought it's good. Kind of shifting back to Scream for a minute. I hope it's revealed that in Scream 6 that Stu had a play in almost everything, even if it
Yes.
was a figment of everyone's imagination, like how Sam was seeing Billy. So yeah, some involvement from Stu. I still, you guys know, I want him to be the mastermind. I want him to go from being the one who was kind of the lapdog, to Billy, to actually having, after all these years, hardened to be the mastermind now. To say I'm not gonna play second fiddle to a Loomis anymore, including his daughter. I'm taking her out. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna wipe her out because I'm telling you, there's so many ways to do this that would be so cool. And then Scream 5 introduces his sister, Leslie. Remember? We didn't see
Yeah.
her, but she's
Right.
there. And I mean, man, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
We need to get Stu involved in this thing.
Well, I mean, it's a good motive to move forward with it too, because everybody
Yeah.
remembers the Woodsboro murders as Billy Loomis. Billy Loomis, this the whole town. Billy Loomis is the Ghostface, and even Tara forgot Stu was Ghostface as well in that first opening scene when she was talking to Ghostface on the phone. He's like, nope, that's wrong. It's Billy and Stu. You know
Yeah. Yeah.
that you can keep
Exactly.
playing with that.
You could. Yeah, that whole opening structure with Tara, sorry, when he was on the phone with Tara, yeah,
Hmm.
they trip him up or trip her up, excuse me, with the whole Stu Mocker. And when I first heard Stu Mocker come out in the first 10 minutes of the movie, my heart skipped a beat. I said,
Yeah,
"Uh oh, oh no, wait a
that,
minute, this is gonna happen, man." Stu
yeah,
Mocker, and the way he said it was like, "No, Stu Mocker was the other
yeah,
killer." I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, he sounded angry, and I'm like,
yeah,
"This is Stu. This is Stu."
yeah.
Um, so let's see. Christina here looks like she's getting a little bit impatient here. Let's take a look here. Christina says, "What? Okay, you did say Billy's house, and you were responding to that. Okay, good. Well, you know what? I give you the best ears of the night award for catching it. Good job on. Good on you. Good on you. That was what you call a misspoke. So well done. So all right. So just so everyone knows, so Christina can relax and enjoy the show. Um, it is Stu's house. It is not Billy's house. It is Stu's house. Okay, I think we're clear now. All right. So let's take see look see here. Um, so what do we want to see, man? Where do we want the slasher genre to go from here? Like we've talked about the movies, kind of what we want to see a little bit, but what do you guys think for the next 5, 6, 7 years? I mean, do you think we're at a cusp of, like, it depends? How is Scream 6 going to do? How is Halloween Ends going to do? What do you project for the near future for slasher genre? Any thoughts?
Mm. Well, we keep retreading the same properties. I
Mm-hmm.
would like to see a new slasher come on board. I know it's hard. It's really hard to live up to the big three, pretty much,
Yeah.
or even, and I just I want to see it. I want to see more slashers. I know they tried to do like a slasher with what was that remake of Wax? What was it called? The Wax House
Oh,
of Wax.
House of Wax. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
House of
yeah.
Wax. Yes.
And you know, and it just seems like every time they try to do a creative slasher or something like that, like it might be okay, but you know, it's either not successful or nobody even cares. Like it just doesn't live up. So I mean, I but that's where I want the slashers. I want it to I want to evolve with other properties and other storylines. I don't want to keep talking about
Yeah.
the Laurie Strode or Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street or Sydney from Scream. I love Sydney. I want her to always be a part of the films. But I, let's do something else.
Sally.
Let's do a different storyline.
Sally.
Yes, Sally.
Sally. Okay. All right, Destin. No, I want to let you finish your thought because we keep. What you know? What that's the beautiful thing about this, right? We are all sitting here, horror fans, and we're bouncing ideas, and we just keep bouncing like a pinball machine. And I love that because
Yeah.
one conversation opens the door to another. But I'm gonna take us to the massacre that is the Saw of the Chain in just a
Okay.
minute. But Destin, finish your thought, please. I like where you're heading here. Go ahead.
No, I mean like it is much like all right, this is what I would really like to do with the slasher where I want it to go. I know it probably will never happen unless they're all under the same production company, but I would love to see a movie to where we got at least the main ones in the same movie. Not really not really like I don't know if I want a versus movie. I don't think I would want that like Freddy versus Jason again.
Hey, I'm over that stuff, bro.
Yeah,
Personally.
I am too, but
Yeah.
I think it would be kind of cool to get them all in the same movie to have a scene to where they're just slaughtering like a bunch of townsfolks. Like I want to see like a climax to where like like old school like uh Frankenstein when the townspeople come with pitchforks and torches,
Halloween
similar to
Kills.
that.
Evil dies
Halloween
tonight.
Kills. Yeah, yeah. What if they're like I want to see a scene like it's like Avengers, like all the guys are lined up. Maybe have Chucky on Leatherface's shoulder getting ready to mess some stuff
Chucky.
up.
Wait, hold on. We
Yeah.
got a hot take. Hang on a minute. I haven't heard this one. We've got Chucky on
Yeah.
the shoulder of Leatherface.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine Chucky with his butcher knife or his chef's knife to be appropriate
Yeah.
on his shoulder with his sniffer?
Yeah.
I mean, could you picture it?
And just see and like they're all having to like just take on all the townsfolk that's just like coming at them and they're just slaughtering everybody on like a town square or something
Yeah.
like that, like a big showdown. I don't know. That I would love to see that. Probably never happen, but I don't
That's
know.
awesome, man. I
But it would
love
have to
that.
be, it's all about the tone too because
Yeah.
you can't do it with this version of Michael. You can't do it with, if they're going to go more of a serious route, I would prefer that. But if they did start, doing some fan servicey stuff with,
Hmm.
and trying to build on like because I think that's what was it Michael Bay, the Platinum Dunes, weren't they trying to make like this whole universe with Leatherface in the same universe as Jason
It's
and all that kind
Jason.
of
Yes,
yeah,
that's
because they had
right.
similar characters and all
Hmm.
that kind of stuff in
Yep, they
both
sure were.
films.
Yeah, there was a lot of buzz around that for a while, man. I don't know whatever happened to that. I don't hear anything about that anymore.
The movies just started becoming unsuccessful, I guess.
Yeah, not enough money. It always
Yeah,
comes down to the money, guys. We know what it is, man.
yeah.
Jen Werner in the house. Jen, you're staying up late tonight to be on the stream. Well, may not be because of the stream, but you're staying up late and you're on the stream, and I appreciate it. You just finished watching Scream 5 for the fourth time. Good on you. Good on you. Have you got your Blu-ray ordered yet? Don't forget, guys, April the 5th, DVDs and Blu-rays are out. March 1st is coming out literally next week on Paramount Plus. It's almost here. Get
Already
yourself
pre-ordered the
ready.
Steelbook.
Yeah, now
I'm
that's what I'm
waiting on it.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to pre-order the. I'm going to pre-order that as well. I haven't done it yet. It's on my list, but I'm going to get it pre-ordered because it comes out April the 5th, and we're going to have a good time. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the. John says I've got it pre-ordered already. There you go. Comes with the poster. Nice. That's awesome, man. Dude, that's just more incentive, guys. Let's get
Yeah,
this thing ordered and get this thing up.
I think the Walmart 4K did come with a poster.
That's awesome.
I don't know about the Best Buy Steelbook. I think it was the slipcover came with the poster. I don't know. I could be wrong
I don't
about that.
know. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't looked a whole lot into it. I know. I know Amazon. I usually just get stuff on Amazon because it's just easy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see what Amazon's selling. But maybe I should look around because if there's special editions that are being done for certain stores or something, that's something to pay attention to. It's worth
Yeah.
looking into. Um, yeah, here we go. Christina says Platinum Dudes wanted to make their own universe and it failed. Yeah, it did. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
again, so many great ideas, but if the money's not going to be there, it's not going to happen, man.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why I believe Halloween, no matter what they're saying, it's never dying. This now Michael Myers might die, like they could end him, and
He'll be
it could-
back.
but I think so too. I mean, how do you? He's gonna come back. He always comes back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to touch on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know it's probably the least popular of these slashers that we've been talking about tonight. And are you guys good to go for maybe another 20 minutes? Will that work for y'all? Is that all right?
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes? Okay. Mike, is that good with you too, bud?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's give just a little bit. We're going to park for just a second on Texas Chainsaw because this was another movie that was a complete dumpster fire to get made. I mean, they fired the directors during the movie, and Netflix basically picked this up. I don't know how much they paid to get the IP, but they did it. They paid whatever the cost was. They got the IP for Texas Chainsaw. So now it's a Netflix IP. So it almost seems to me like if you're Netflix, you're not going to buy the rights to this thing and just park it on one after one. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense, right? So my thoughts are now that Netflix is involved, I think we almost have guaranteed sequels to come of this movie. And so what are your feelings on the franchise? Do you guys like the franchise? Is it something that you want to see more of, or do you think that they just should not have revived it at all? What do you guys think?
Oh, good night, Jack.
See you, Jack. Have a good one, brother. We'll
Later,
talk
Jack.
soon. We will talk soon, man. Appreciate. Oh, Jack's hitting a super chat before he heads out for $2. Thank you, man. We will chat soon. Appreciate the super chat again, buddy. You're awesome, brother. Your support really means a lot. All right, Michael, you go ahead first. What are your feelings on the franchise in general?
I've never really liked it. It just
Okay.
it's I guess for me it never really tickled my fancy, but
Yeah. That's
so
fair.
I just think that they shouldn't have touched it.
Yep, just kind of leave it alone where they left it after the other sequels.
Yeah.
Destin, what do you think, man? Do you feel like what do you think about the franchise in general?
I like the franchise. Some of the sequels I do not like.
There's been some rough ones, man.
Yeah, definitely. 3D. Yeah.
3D. Oh, all CGI kills. It's all CGI. It's
Yeah.
there's no practical effects at all.
The only thing that was intriguing me, the only thing that I liked about that movie was the police officer scene when he's going through the house with the camera phone. That was a
yes.
effective scene.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Everything else, nah.
Yeah.
Do your thing, cuz. That was horrible. That was it for me. But I do like that they're. I mean, I'm always welcoming to the slashers, the main ones.
Bye,
Like
Pluto. Just want to say bye real quick to Pluto. See you, Pluto.
later, Pluto.
Thanks for coming in.
I'm glad that they did this. I don't know if this is the direction that I would want them to go.
Yeah.
I'm glad it exists. I think
Yeah.
Netflix. I think a streaming service, Netflix, Amazon, something like that. I think that's a good place for Leatherface.
Yep.
Because I don't think everyone's like, eager to go out to cinemas right now to go watch a
Exactly.
Texas Chainsaw movie.
100%.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I think that
but,
honestly. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it's a lot easier. It's like, oh, if you're interested in this right here, you can just click it at home on the couch, and just see if it's your thing.
Yes.
And I think this was a lot better sequel than that 3D.
Gosh, that 3D was awful.
It was so bad. It was so bad. But it doesn't really feel like it it doesn't feel like from the original. It doesn't feel
No.
like a sequel. It feels like its own thing almost.
It really does because it didn't capture the feel of the original at all.
No, because he was
Nothing
smart
like
in
it.
this one. He was like a
Yes.
hunter.
That's
He
right.
was like Leatherface wasn't like that. Leatherface is not supposed to be smart and he was strong as hell for his age. I was
Yep.
like, they just made him like a beast in this movie. But the
Yes.
kills were gnarly, man.
Oh,
Like,
now this is next level kills. I have to say, like we're talking about the new one for all of its flaws, and there's so many rip-offs in this movie. Ripping off
mhm,
Halloween, it rips off Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean,
mhm,
just almost line for line. But I
mhm.
will tell you, I will tell you one thing where it does not disappoint me, and I want to see what you guys think. But this movie, man, if you talk about this movie, it's the bus scene, bro.
Oh yeah.
This was epic. This was like epic proportions, man. I watched this scene and was just like, this is incredible, man. I mean,
Yeah.
savagery on 10, and the effects were, it was just great. And everyone's like rushing. And I love how it starts because he walks in there and he's got his chainsaw, right? And then everybody, uh, I mean, all the people in the bus, they lift their phones up at, like, and they, like all the millennials would do nowadays. No, not knocking on the millennials. I love you guys, but bringing the phone up, yo, we're gonna cancel you. They're like live streaming. Remember?
You can't cancel
You can't
Leatherface.
cancel him. And then what does he do? He just like, and there we go. It's
Yeah.
showtime, baby.
Yeah.
And it was so brutal. It was so brutal, man. And my favorite kill of the bus on the bus scene was the what was the one who's from the bank, right? The one that was kind of the main girl who came in, uh, who was brokering everything, and he
Yeah.
stabs. Remember, she's like he pushes her through the window. And he cuts her in half. The whole
And
half
the
of her body hits the ground, and then
yeah.
the camera doesn't leave it there though, because the camera comes back and we get to see her entrails sliding down the side of the bus.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible, man. It was so good.
The camera work was good in the movie. I was surprised at the cinematography. I was like, okay, I like a lot of these shots. We stayed in one
Yeah,
area the whole time, but
yeah, right. I know. And it really wasn't bad. It was better than I thought. I will tell you that it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
agreed.
Um,
Now, the one kill that really got me, well, obviously the very first kill with the officer in the back with the hand, how he breaks it.
oh, that was wicked,
Man,
bro.
I was like,
Yes,
whoa. And
yes.
and the other one with the what I can't remember the character's name, but the
Oh,
guy
I'm terrible on
with
their name. I don't remember their names,
with the
honestly.
guy that came in trying to be the hero with the gun and
Richter,
yeah,
the mechanic.
his yeah, he got his leg with that sledgehammer and he was just like and it caved in. I was like, man,
Yes.
but that's what I want to see in a Texas Chainsaw movie. I can't complain
Yeah.
on that end.
Yeah, I know 100%. And Richter was a guy that I didn't really like at first,
Yeah.
and then at the end he actually turned out to be a good guy. I mean, he was like trying to save him. Remember, he like tried to get the
Yeah.
keys over to her, and and then I don't have a picture of her pulled up, but let's talk about Sally, man. I mean, I was actually really excited because I thought, how cool is this, man? Sally's coming back to actually not just be in the background, right? In cameo, she's actually going to be in the movie again, and after
Yeah.
the only survivor from Texas Chainsaw One,
Yeah.
and of course it's not the same actress. She passed away, but she comes in, and I'm like, let's go. And then like she's a ranger. I'm like, oh, this is going to be even better, a Texas Ranger. And
Yeah.
she's has this awesome scene where she loads the truck up. She's gutting a pig, and she loads the truck up, and then she disappears for like an hour, and then she just shows up here, and you think she's going to save the day, and they just did her wrong. Honestly, if she wasn't in the movie, it would not have mattered. It is zero, in my
Yeah.
opinion. There was no value added to her character,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then they
For
killed her
sure.
anyway. The
Yeah.
poor woman, they killed her off. I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah.
What'd you think about it, man? Were you feeling the same way?
Who, me? You talking to
Yeah,
me? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I felt the same way. I thought that was a really missed opportunity. I mean, it felt really forced writing. It felt like it was very shoehorned in there,
yes.
and
Almost
I
fan
don't.
servicey, right? Like just to
It,
get her
it
in.
was it was fan servicey, and
Hmm.
that's fine. But at least give that character justice. You know,
Yes.
she the way she survived from the original, and then now she's not running. Now she's coming to face him head on, and then that just happens to her just like that. You know, it just didn't make sense. And I really like after she did, how he lifts her up and chunks her pretty much. How was she still alive and still shooting? Like I was like,
I
what?
don't know.
Like who wrote that? Whose idea was this? Who said around the writing table said, yes, that sounds great. Fire that
And
guy.
and listen, is it metaphorical? This is like, think about this. I'm actually thinking about making a video. I'll kind of spill the beans a little bit. I'm actually thinking about making a video of the brilliance of the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which makes no sense, but it does because they are taking shots in this movie. Like the whole thing where they have the phones up, we're going to cancel you. It's a direct shot at the cancel culture that we're in.
Hmm.
And then what do they do to this poor Sally, who they bring back after 40 years or whatever it's been? And
Yeah.
he are they trying to make a statement when he picks her up and literally throws her into a pile of trash?
Yeah.
She lands in a trash heap. She's like
Yeah.
laying amongst trash.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what, dude? I'm like, are you trying to say something like?
Hmm.
Are you with this, non-verbal thing where you're taking this character and you're throwing her in the trash before she dies? That was like, dude, I don't know. Did
Did
you
you?
pick up on that, man? Your guys pick up on that? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just thought it was. I didn't really think about it now that you're saying it. Yeah, but I just looked at it as like something's got to break or fall. So I already in my
But
mind, I was.
trash?
Well, I know, right? But I was like thinking, I already had in my mind after that moment. I was like, she's gonna take another shot off, or she's not.
Yeah.
She'll be back in just a second. Um, but yeah, that is it's kind of disrespectful to the character. Uh,
I thought so too. That's what
yeah,
I thought too. I'm like, this is really, it's dissing on her bad, man. It's like
yeah,
whoever, they're like, here's what I think about all this. And do we have to say how, and it's like, it was like they were trying to be Laurie Strode. Like, this is our
yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis. And it was
Yeah.
just like,
She even had the white hair and the
yes, the
whole
long white
build.
hair. Exactly, man. It was just so, I wonder if some of that was like intentional. Like they're really trying to like poke
Well,
shots.
if you're gonna go parody a little bit, then go.
Yeah.
The movie had like an identity crisis. It didn't know what it really wanted to be. It just knew that we got to get to point A, point B, into the end,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
everything else was just filler. They were just
Yep.
like forced writing. But
100%. Yeah.
but overall, it was an easy watch. It's not very long. It kind of it doesn't keep your attention too long. It gets to the
Yeah.
point and
It does.
carnage candy.
Yes.
And
Right. Hey, it's a decent little slasher movie. Okay.
it
Just
it's good for Netflix.
it is. And when you brought it up earlier, it's like no one's. Well, I shouldn't say no one, but a lot of people are not going to go out to the cinema and pay 10, $12 a ticket to watch it. But it's on Netflix. It doesn't cost you anything. You just click the
Yeah.
button. So
Yeah.
that was smart. I absolutely agree. Now Christina's had a lot of hot takes tonight, man, in the chat. She's been all over the place here tonight. I love it. She says Sally was wasted more so than the delicious pig she was cutting. Now it's going to be too late to make some good bacon out of it. It's left to spoil and rot in the sun. Man, facts. Okay. So I think that it's like I say, it's a decent slasher. It's don't just if you haven't seen it yet, we've pretty much. Well, I have to say one thing. Spoiler alert again. I always feel like I should say that, even though we were talking spoilers all night. But did you notice the last scene with the two sisters? I think Lila may have been one of the names. Again, the names I can't remember them.
Yeah.
They're in the truck and they're driving away to get out. And what happens? Out of nowhere, of course,
Leatherface
Leatherface
gets her.
not only gets her, but he grabs her and yanks her out of the truck window. And
Yeah.
the minute I saw this scene, you know what I pictured, right? In my head, Nightmare on Elm Street, the final scene when Nancy gets into the car and the mother's on the front door.
And got
What
yanked in.
happens? He grabs her and yanks her through the little window in the front door. And it was
Yeah.
like you were ripping the Nightmare ending. I mean,
Yeah.
it's exactly what Wes did in Nightmare. It was so obvious.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't hate it. It's just but these things have to be mentioned, right? I mean, come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the after credit scene?
Yes,
I
yes.
I want to see that movie. That's
There
where
you
I
go.
want to see where he's going back home. I thought it would have been cool. You know how he's just slowly walking up to the house? What if he was still
Yes.
holding her head? I thought that would have
Oh
been
my,
cool. That
bro,
I
that
was
would have
like,
been awesome, actually.
right? If he was still like holding her head walking up to the house like that. But I mean, but people, people have been saying for years, Netflix needs better horror. Well,
Yeah.
now Netflix has a good slasher horror property. Honestly, whatever they decide to do with it, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give it,
Yeah.
even if I hate it, I'm gonna find some sort of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a fan
Sure.
of the franchise.
That's right. That's fair.
So
And hey, Jen, good night, Jen. Appreciate you staying in and visiting tonight. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Yeah, I agree. So
yeah,
I think we'll start to wrap things up now, guys. This has been a great stream. We've gone for we're just about 2 hours. We're 8 minutes shy of 2 hours. So let me talk real quick about you guys. Let's just for a second. Um, First thing I want to say is before we get to you guys, I want to mention that Killjoy Jake has a Kickstarter that he started today. I've already posted on my channel with a community post and on my social media. He's raising $5,000 to make his Scream fan film Red Right Hand, and they're all set to go. They got casting done. They've got everything, but now they just need to raise $5,000 on the Kickstarter. They have 30 days to raise the funds, and so I want to ask all of you who are here if you would please go on my channel. You're already on the channel now. Just go to the community tab up there, click it. You're going to see it. You'll see the link to the Kickstarter, and every donation counts. Because if he doesn't, I'm not involved. Just so you know, I don't have any stake in this other than I'm a supporter. He's in the Lethal Collective. He's a friend, and I want to see his movie. I think it's going to be great. So that's my stake. I'm supporting him as a friend, and because I believe in his content. All right, it's quality stuff. So I would not ask you to donate to something that I didn't firmly believe was worth your money. And so go check it out. We got 30 days to get it raised. If we don't get it all as a community, if we don't do it, he doesn't get it. All the money goes back. It never happens. So we've got to get it. I think we're already over 1,000. I keep saying we because I feel like we're in this together, but he's over $1,000 already, and we're already. It's like let's go. All right, you just got this thing going. So anyway, go check it out. Jake will appreciate it very, very much, and I would appreciate it as well because it's going to be a full-length fan film, 90 minutes. Now it's going to be a full-length film. He's got all of his locations secured without having to buy any more permits. He is ready to film. So anyway, go check it out. His content's great. And speaking of more content that is great, we're going to talk about my buddy Michael, my best friend since a teenager. We're still best friends after all these years. Michael's got a channel. You see it right here. He is the Carbonite Jedi. It's a brand new channel. He just launched it literally this week. It's like a week old. And he's posting some Star Wars videos, some ranking videos, and he's really given a lot of attention now on the Obi-Wan series, the new series. And I'm going to let Michael talk about it. I'm just talking like before you here. But Michael, tell us really what's going on with the Carbonite Jedi. What's your channel about? What's your vision? And what can they expect when they come and check it out?
Well, when you come see my videos, I've been a lifelong Star Wars fan. I have a lot of like old retro videos that I talk about, like Star Wars and the original 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I talk about different loopholes and ideas and thoughts on those. And now I'm focusing right now on the Obi-Wan series that'll be coming out on May 25th. And I hope that y'all can see it and y'all can come to my channel, and this will be the channel that you're looking for. So come visit my channel and check it out and tell me if you like it and tell me what I could do differently. So
absolutely, man. You guys, yeah. So everyone that's in the stream now, do me a favor, go and subscribe to Mike's channel. Do that for me. Give him a subscription. Let's get his sub counts up. Check out his videos.
you got my sub. I'll be there.
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out.
No, I appreciate that, Destin. No, and yeah, let's get him off to a good start. Let's show him how great our community is and supporting each other. And while it's not a horror channel, it's a great channel for Star Wars content. And Michael's a fantastic guy. He's some kind of guy you want to support with your subscription and with your viewing time. So you can trust me and take that to the bank. Necessary Distractions heading out. Good night, Necessary. Always a pleasure to see you join. Appreciate you making the time. And before we get to Destin, I want to also acknowledge Carrie's comment here, which is a great reminder. And I appreciate it, Carrie, because on these live streams, my brain's going 1,000 miles an hour. So the Night Watch Zone. You guys know who Night Watch Night is. We're in the Lethal Collective together. He has an incredible stream tomorrow. He does. He's actually interviewing Deborah Voorhees from Friday the 13th, Part 5.
Wow.
She's coming on his channel tomorrow at, and I believe it's 4 p.m. Central, 5 Eastern at the Night Watch Zone. I have a link to his channel on the front page of my channel you're on now. Just go to the home page, scroll to the bottom. You'll see channels you to subscribe to, and just click his channel and set a reminder for his live stream. Let's go show some support tomorrow. Let's load up the live chat for Deborah Voorhees and make that a great thing. He's so excited about it. He's been a lifelong Friday fan since he was a kid. So this is an iconic moment for him. And let's support Knight. He's a great dude. You guys know him. He's a brother with me in the collective. So all kinds of fun stuff going on. And before I plug my last two things, Destin, tell us now. You're familiar with the station. People know you here.
Yeah.
But just tell us what's going on, and tell us about that event you got coming up down the road a bit after you tell us about your station.
Yeah. Well, on my channel, I do a bunch of theory videos mainly. I do movie reviews. I keep it pretty much mainly horror. I do kind of dabble into some collectibles, unboxings. I haven't done. I used to do like Blu-ray hunting type videos, kind of scale back on that. But I've been considering starting those back up on Tuesdays, and so I'm going to put a poll out and see if who would be interested in that. So if I get enough likes on that, then I'll start that up as well. But I mainly just keep it about slasher, horror, and whatever. I like to theorize, just like we were tonight, bouncing off of each other. I love that.
Yes, me too.
We all have our ideas of where we want the franchise to go, how we want it to be written, and that's what I pretty much do. And a lot of people seem to like it. I just like to sit there and just theorize.
Yeah, man.
And
unscripted.
So,
yeah,
unscripted, and just dive into it. And sometimes they're drunk theories. Sometimes after having a little bit of a whiskey or something, it kind of gets me in the mood, and I start really thinking.
That's awesome. That's great, man.
I love that, man.
That's
Drunk
good.
theories.
I should start that hashtag drunk theories.
Oh man,
Drunk live stream.
You should do that. Drunk live
There you
stream.
go.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, everyone, you guys probably already subscribed because he's Destin's been on the channel several times. But if you have not, if you're new to the channel, go visit his station as well. Those are the two things, the three things now. We got Kickstarter. You gotta go check out Carbonite Jedi's channel. You gotta check out Destination Station. Give them a subscription. They are worth your time. I won't send you somewhere it's a waste of your time. I never will do that. Now we have a troll in the chat, and I can't tolerate trolls. And it's some joker here. Fate decided. Who's this guy, man? Just here to say, hashtag Craven Stew is dead, bro. You're at the wrong house. No, hey, what's up, Fate? You guys know Fate. It's my boy in the collective.
Fate's on that hate.
He's on the hate train. See, that's what it is. Hashtag hate train, man.
Jump off that hate train and get on the stew train.
Seriously, bro. Come on, man. Your life will be so much more enhanced when you feel the love, man. It makes a huge difference. And
Double tap never happened.
Double tap never happened. He's absolutely alive. Oh yes, Carrie's Fate, you troll. That's right. And Lee the Nerd says, "Oh Fate, you non-believer, shun the non-believers." Remember that from Charlie? Oh, you guys probably remember. That's really old. But anyway, if anybody got that, then I give you an A+. Yeah. So Fate, great to see you, man. It's always a pleasure to have you. Be sure you guys check out his channel, man. You guys know Fate. We have a great time, and you guys got to go check out his channel if you haven't already. He puts out some great videos, and we have a lot of fun. We got a lot of fun with our stew talk back and forth, and I wouldn't have it any other way, man. It's really great. John says, I'm subscribed to Destin channel too. Fun videos and content there. Absolutely, man.
Thank you, John.
You betcha. And you'll find that for both Destination and for the Carbonite Jedi. Also, real quick, guys, as we start to really, really wrap now, I want to also say next Saturday, again, I don't have it linked up yet. However, I'm going to post it tomorrow. You'll see it on my channel. Nancy Ann Ritter, who I interviewed last week on a live stream, which was an epic moment for me, she's back. She's back, baby. Because you guys days, you got to have a sequel. So she's coming back next Saturday. This exact time, we will be on this live stream again. But we'll be watching Scream 2. Scream 2. We'll be watching Scream 1. Excuse me. Scream 2's coming. We're going to watch Scream 1 live with you. So I hope you guys will all be there. I'll post it up tomorrow. Set reminders. Clear your calendars. 3-hour live stream with Nancy Ann Ritter. Fate Decided. I'm going to have Fate on with me from the collective. Killjoy Jake's going to join. Knight's going to try to join as well. And you just never know. So anyway, you guys got to come be a part of that so we can all watch it. Yeah, Nancy Ritter. Yeah, she's the girl in the bathroom. Exactly. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, that's exactly right. So if and you can on my channel here, Christina, if you go to my channel on the front page, you'll see I have it a link there to our interview last week. You can check it out. Lee, glad you were here. It was a fun stream, and you helped make it fun. Appreciate you. Did I hear watch party? Yes, you did. Stay tuned. Next Saturday, it's gonna be amazing. And before we close out, I'm going to leave you guys with a little taste of what we had a little bit earlier. I think it's only fitting that I'll ask you guys one question, and I'll say goodbye now. And well, let me say my goodbyes now. Destin, adios, man. I appreciate you. Michael with the Carbonite Jedi, thank you guys for making time tonight to hang out with me in my living room and talk horror. This is what it's all about right here.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, thanks.
You're very welcome, guys. And everybody in the live chat, thank you. All your super chats tonight, thank you. You guys' support is incredible. All of my channel members, I see you all in here in green. You guys really make me pinch myself every day I wake up to be so blessed and to be so grateful and humbled that you guys are going to sit with me for 2 hours and talk horror. And this really means a lot. So thank you guys so much. And, my question is,
Nice to
will
meet you,
you
Dustin.
be there?
Yeah, nice
What?
to meet you too, man.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I'm on a roll. So my question is, will you be there or will you not be there? I know what I'm going to do. I'll be there.